Now here in this video we will only discuss about the concept of remainder theorem and factor theorem. The definition part you all have written in your copy, but here I am going to make you understand what this is all about. Look, first we will focus on remainder theorem. In remainder theorem you need to understand that what are our limitations. What are our limitations? That means, can we use this theorem to find remainder for any case, or we are restricted to some special cases? That is the most important part which you have to understand. The limitation part, and the second part, how to find the remainder. So, in remainder theorem, you have to first think of the dividend part, which is called as Px. What should be this Px which has to be divided? And then you have also to think about the divisor part. The divisor means by what factor we are dividing a polynomial. These two things you have to understand properly. Say, for example, if I am taking dividend part as x cube minus 3x square plus 2x, and I am dividing it by, say for example, x plus 4. Normally what we were doing to find the remainder, if you are asked to find the remainder part, normally what you are doing, you are going for the division process and finally you are getting the result. This theorem is going to help you out in finding this remainder part without going through the division process. Without going through the division process, now we can find the remainder, but there are some limitations. That means we cannot go for the method, the remainder theorem, for all the cases. Here the limitations are that this part, the Px part, the divisor part, the Px part, its degree should be 1 or greater than 1. Its degree should be 1 or greater than 1. That means it should not be a constant, because the constant polynomial has degree 0. So you cannot have a constant polynomial here. Its degree should be 1 or more than 1. And the divisor part by which you are dividing, this one should be a linear polynomial. This one should be a linear polynomial. This should be a linear polynomial, and for Px, that degree of Px should be greater than or equal to 1. So if we find that the degree of this polynomial is greater than or equal to 1 and the divisor part, it is a linear polynomial, there we can use remainder theorem. If these two conditions are not satisfied, we cannot use remainder theorem, and in that case we will have to go for the long division process to find remainder, as you have learned in previous class, in class 8. How to go for division of polynomials. So remember that these two very important things should be in your mind before using remainder theorem. Now I will come to the theorem part. The statement is there in your copy, that the statement says that if we divide a polynomial Px, by x minus a, where this is obviously a polynomial of degree 1 or greater than 1 and x minus a is obviously a linear polynomial, then if we divide Px by x minus a, the theorem says that remainder is equal to Pa. This is what the theorem is. Now you have to think why we say Pa. Why Pa? From where we got this concept of PA? Why PA? This is the question that you must ask to yourself, because this is not given in the statement of remainder theorem, at YPA. So the reason for YPA is the divisor part by which you are dividing x minus a, its 0 is a. Do you understand the meaning of 0 now? Its 0 is a means when you equate it with 0, you will get x is equal to a. Therefore, we say that remainder is PA. Therefore, the theorem says that if a polynomial Px of degree 1 or greater than 1 is divided by a linear polynomial x minus a, then the remainder is PA. Now, what if this Px is divided by x plus 4? What will be the remainder for such case? If a polynomial is divided by x plus 4, then the remainder will be P minus 4. Why minus 4? Because for x minus a it was PA. Why PA? 0 of x minus a is a. So what will be 0 of x plus 4? Equating x plus 4 with 0, you will get x is equal to minus 4. So the 0 of x plus 4 is minus 4. So you will replace x by minus 4 to get the remainder. I hope this is clear to you all now. Now when we talk about Px divided by 3x minus 2 or 3x plus 2, so what will be the remainder? The remainder will be P, and you have to find its 0. 3x plus 2 is equal to 0 would imply 3x is equal to minus 2. So this would mean x is equal to minus 2 by 3. So P minus 2 by 3. Remember, in all these examples which I have taken, I have considered Px as a polynomial whose degree is 1 or greater than 1, and these are examples of linear polynomial. Linear polynomial means a polynomial of degree 1. Highest power of x is 1, highest power of x is 1, highest power of x is 1. So these all are examples of linear polynomial. So in these cases we can use remainder theorem. Now let us talk about case where we cannot use remainder theorem. Now suppose I talk about Px divided by x square minus 4. Now this is a quadratic polynomial. Quadratic polynomial. Why quadratic polynomial? Because here the highest power is 2, it's not 1. So now if you write that by remainder theorem, remainder is equal to P, this will be a question mark. We cannot use remainder theorem for such case. I hope this is clear to you now. If the divisor is not a linear polynomial, there we cannot use remainder theorem. If this polynomial is not having degree 1 or greater than 1, we cannot use remainder theorem for all such cases. Now let us talk about factor theorem. Factor theorem, I would say, is an extension of remainder theorem. Extension of remainder theorem means once you understand what remainder theorem is all about, you will definitely understand what factor theorem is, because all the things will remain same for assumption will remain the same for factor theorem also. Px will be a polynomial of degree 1 or greater than 1. X minus a is a linear polynomial. Now here you are finding remainder. Here you by use of remainder theorem you say that remainder is PA. The factor theorem says that if this remainder is 0, that means the factor theorem says that if PA is equal to 0, if PA is equal to 0, then this part x minus a is a factor. If PA is 0, then x minus a is a factor of Px. This is the first part, and the second part is that x minus a is a factor of Px if PA is equal to 0. So PA is equal to 0, then x minus a is a factor, and x minus a is a factor, then PA is equal to 0. So these are the two aspects of factor theorem. So this is not at all difficult to understand. You have to understand this part first, that polynomial should be of degree 1 or greater than 1. X minus a should be a linear polynomial. Then only we can use remainder theorem. And while using remainder theorem, if we get this equal to this PA is the remainder. Now, if we get this remainder is equal to 0, that proves that x minus a is a factor. So that is what factor theorem is all about. So students, once you understand these limitation part, that where to use remainder theorem, where to use factor theorem, and how to find the remainder, these things once you understand, you will find that the questions are very easy to solve.